I'm Sigourney Rosario, helping you to boss up in business, in self-love, and in faith. Welcome back. So today I am doing a series of a lot of different videos because I keep having people DM me, ask me all these OTS questions, and at this point I'm like, you know what, God, clearly you want me to talk about this. Clearly there's a need for this. And if I'm being honest, I have been trying my hardest to avoid this topic. The reason why is because I feel like I'm a newbie. I feel like I don't have everything figured out. I know it worked for me, but it doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody else. So that's the reason why I've been avoiding this topic. But because people have been sliding up in that DM on Instagram and on TikTok, I'm like, okay, let me just talk about it. So this is part one. This is where I'm going to be describing how I got accepted into OTS. So if you're interested, stay tuned and let's go ahead and hop into the video. So if you know anything about me, you know that I applied to a medical program when I first joined, and I applied a second time when I was a staff sergeant. Now the medical program that I applied for, it was a program to where they only accept 2 airmen every single year, and I was not selected for those. So I just kind of kept it moving. I gave up on being an officer. I was okay with being enlisted. I was already 9 years in, had already made tech, so I was like, you know, I'm okay. My leadership team comes to me and they were like, hey, we know you have your bachelor's, we know you have your master's, all these different things. We're here, you're killing it, crushing it. Have you ever considered OTS? And I said, no, I haven't. Because I knew that OTS was very competitive. I knew that it was very difficult to get in it. And I just was, honestly, I just didn't want to set myself up for rejection again. So after us having a heart-to-heart, we agreed that we were going to submit my package up for OTS. So I was putting together my package and, you know, working on all the different things, taking my AFOQT, and I started the process very, very early. So the package was not due until April. I started all the way like November, December time frame. So in that time frame, I am studying for the AFOQT. I'm also gathering all these different source documents that you're going to need, gathering letters of recommendation, giving everyone a heads up that, hey, I am submitting an officer package. I wanted everybody in my chain of command to know this board, this date, yeah, this one is mine, okay? Because I didn't want nobody just thrown off. I didn't want anything out of place when it was time for me to submit. I just wanted everything to be in order. So I take my test. I have a whole video on that, so you can go watch my full reaction. I felt like I didn't do as good as I would have wanted. Looking back, I did actually very good compared to a lot of other people I've seen. So I scored like 50s, 60s, 40s, 50s, 60s. That was kind of my range. You know, there's a line score, so it was different scores. But those were pretty much like 40s, 50s, 60s. Those are my different, you know, scores. So I thought I did pretty good, decent. So after that, I was like, all right, check, AFOQT done, move on to the package. So that's when I started gathering everything. And when I say everything, everything. They ask you for everything. So I was like, you have to go all the way back, find all these different things, request all these different transcripts, all these different certifications. And once I had all that, the next step is letters of recommendation. Letters of recommendation do play a huge role. I got one of mine from my commander. I got the other one from the wing commander, I believe. Was it the group? I think it was the wing. Definitely was the wing. And got all that together. And after I have my full package as to what I can do, I submit everything to my supervisor. My supervisor then pretty much mark through all this stuff, update this, change this, take that job off, take this, add this, all this stuff, and then she sent it back to me. And then I went through and made all those corrections. Then after I made all the corrections that she said, I sent it all the way up to her supervisor. He came back and said, change this, you messed this up, you messed that up, this is wrong, this is incorrect, this is the wrong format, yada yada yada. They basically tore my package to shreds, okay? But it was needed, and I want you to see that it took time. I was not rushing the process. I made sure, look, we had to put everything in order. We have to make sure that everything is aligned. We have to make sure that everything is correct. So if they reviewed my package and it was incorrect, they sent it right back down the chain of command and said, fix this, fix this, fix this, this is all incorrect. No. So once it went through the full chain of command, everybody had eyes on it, everybody approved it. I also sent it to people outside of the squadron because I feel like that is very important to get an outside perspective on your package, because everybody in your chain of command can feel like this is the great package, but other people in other career fields can critique you in a different way. So I did that as well, got their feedback, and then we submitted the final package. So when that package was submitted, it was literally a weight off my shoulders, y'all. I could breathe again because you put so much into this package. I mean, you try to capture, you know, years and years. They even go back, some of the questions go back to when you were in high school, where you were in college and stuff. So you put all your affections in this package, and it's you don't have anything to know where you stand or know if everything is good or not. I mean, you just submit it up and you just hope the best, right? So that's pretty much my journey. That's what I had to go through, and I was approved. So if you want to watch my reaction video, you definitely can go back again and watch that, where I do my final announcement. But I am so happy to be serving in this capacity. My job is contracting. Yes! So this is my 4th job in the Air Force. I was started off vehicle maintenance. I have a video on that. And then after that, I got cross-trained to work for the group commander as like an admin. Got cross-trained again to be a recruiter, and now I'm cross-trained again into contracting. So I've never worked a job for a long period of time, and I am so excited for contracting. That was I think that was my 2nd pick. Yes, that was my 2nd or 3rd. I think it was my 2nd pick. So I'm very excited. I go to OTS in January, and I'm so happy that I get to spend the rest of my time in Atlanta with my family, my friends, my loved ones. And then after OTS, I graduate February. So, you know, OTS is only a month. And by that time, I definitely will have my orders, and then I'm going to pack up my place and go to, you know, my next duty assignment. So very excited about it, super happy. And I just kind of, again, just want to start off telling my story so that hopefully it will encourage you. If you need encouragement, or you know somebody else that may need a little bit of encouragement, please write into my foundation, Letters for Life, where you receive a free handwritten letter of encouragement. Always, I love you, but most importantly though, God loves you. I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.